Hello everybody, I'm Danny S. Hodges. I make and sell and put up TV antennas. Now what I want to show you today is I have a lot of drop-in customers. Not all my sales are on the e-store. And I'll show you how I set the antenna up whenever they, like I say, drop by to pick it up. I'm going to show you how I set it up for them. Now, even if you're not using a booster, you'll still do this same thing. And even if you get one of my kits, you'll do the same thing. If you get a full antenna, you do the same thing. So this applies to everything. But what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to set this one up for a booster. I'm going to show you how I do it at home. I don't do this to the ones that I put on the e-store, but when I'm at home, I go ahead and kind of, a lot of these people is not familiar with my, with my YouTube like y'all are. And anyway, I got a little ad, that people see that ad. A lot of people around here don't even know I'm in the YouTube business. Okay, so what I got right here is I took me a piece of coax and I made me a jumper. I'm going to show you the length of it. Okay, that's 27 inches. Now that's all we need for running down the antenna going into the booster. I'm going to show you how to do this. Alright, see this little piece of tape? You know why I got that there? So I know where to hold my hands at. Alright. You can get this right here at the big home store. I'm going to stick it in there. You're supposed to slide this up. But as long as you got it even, that's all that matters. I'm going to do both ends just like this. Okay. I'm going to roll this back and I'm going to look at it pretty good too and make sure that I hadn't got a wire coming up touching this, which is about impossible. But also, and I've run into this before, I don't know if you can see that little white that's running up that, and you want to make sure that don't run up your center wire. Some of this cheaper coax, it'll run up the wire and won't let it touch. I've had that happen. So I'm gonna just get that out of the way. Most of the time I just burn it. It don't take but just a second, I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna look in there and make sure I got it back right. You want it flush down in there is what you want. You take this and put it on. Hey, I got some other stuff to show you too. And I got something important to tell you about. Alright, I'm going to take this and cut it back about right here. This transformer. When I send them out cut. And I'm going to take these and burn this. Okay, I got that burnt. Let me get some. Go ahead and put my dielectric grease in there. And y'all, man, these transformers is just as good as they can be. Except for you don't want to over twist them. And if you can get these with the shield on it, man, I think they work real good. I didn't like them at first because it makes them kind of hard to push on. Alright, now see, I felt that stop and I stopped right there. Alright, I'm gonna lay this napkin down. Hey y'all, I done been up in here making antennas, man. Like you wouldn't believe. Let me show you this. And when I do this right here for the customer, see what I'm doing is fixing it where they ain't never got to take this apart. And I'm gonna let that dry a few minutes before I handle it, but I'll be back in just a minute. Alright, I looked over my footage. This right here is what I use. Liquid electrical tape. That's what I use, and that's what I always use. And y'all, I've used indoor balums before, transformers. They water will get in it. It don't matter what kind you use. They water will get in there if you don't seal it out. Sometimes, don't always get in there, but I think most of the time it probably will over time. Now I'm gonna show you this right here right this second. See this? My wires right there, they 3 inches long from the end. And I didn't do this on video, but I took and mopped this too. Right here. And I tell you what, you know, for some of y'all that I like debated about this, you know. But you can take this and wrap it up in tape. Like I say, I started not to do it, but then I'm gonna put a zip tie around. I do got some smaller zip ties, but when you're making a video, you know, you can't be messing around too much. Alright now. So I got my lap. Got a zip tie on my lap. Alright, ready to go to the next step. And I figured since I was telling all that, you can do this with a utility knife. You want about 1/4 of an inch on your copper right here, and about 1/4 of an inch on your shield. Okay, see my square holes on my kit right here? I slid my coax through there. I actually filmed this and it didn't film. But I got my transformer right here, and I'm gonna hold my transformer flat down the antenna, just like that. And I'm gonna take this and wrap it with my fingers. And y'all, I'm selling some of them kits, but they ain't going like I figured they would. They ain't doing as good as I figured they would. But y'all, you can't beat the price of that kit. If you go back, you know what the good thing is about buying that kit? You got the same exact stuff that I've got. That's what's so good about it. You ain't saving no money by going and buying a piece here and a piece there. And see, I can't wrap that little edge there. So I'm gonna just finish it up with some needle nose pliers and finish wrapping it. And see, these right here come in the kit, and I'm gonna just wrap this around it. And what you're doing, man, you're just fixing that right here where it won't move. And I'll take my little thing and clip that off. Now see, you notice that I left this end off. You can't slide it through there with the end on it. So I'll put another one of these on here. Man, I was looking for this everywhere. This is that big old clunk a while ago that fell on the floor. Alright, that's all you gotta do. This right here, you always gotta straighten them. I don't know how that got spread out big like it did, but these is 4.5. Now, I don't see but one zip tie in the kit, but you can tape this or whatever, but you know, I'm showing you how I fix them up at home, you know, for the walk-ins. And I'll put this on here. And y'all, I'm gonna tell you one more time. If you're gonna sell antennas, it's hard. It don't matter how good it is, but it's hard to sell an antenna that looks like it's homemade. Alright. Now, you can do this with one of them little torches. But here's what I do. I'll heat up one side like this, and then I'll see how I run it across my copper, but I only run it across there for a second. And I ran it across there again. You don't want to heat your transformer wire. You don't want to heat it up much. But I done so many, I'm used to it. What you want to do is like hold your solder up there and watch for it to like start melting. But like I say, I done so many, I know how long it takes, somehow or another. Okay, remember I told you this how I do it at home. The ones that the full kits I sell, this comes screwed down. But I'm just taking some hot glue. I'm putting one in the middle. And this hot glue is temporary, y'all. I'm going to put this in the center. I'm just going to look at it. I ain't going to do nothing fancy. See, this is going to get a long screw in it. Okay, now, those of you that bought full antennas, I want to show you something here. I got a video showing you to put this, line this right up with that. But I had to take about a ½ inch off of these for shipping. I don't know if I showed it. I had to take about like a ½ inch off this right here for shipping. So what I done is I moved this up a ½ inch. Like, see that right there? About the center of that. Just giving you more to screw to. Because this right here is where your pole will go on the back side of this. See? I went outside and got a reflector. I'm fixing to put it on there. Let me show you this. Look at the wires I got bent. See, I sell a good many on the e-store. But I also sell a lot of them at home. Man, I ain't joking. And see what I've done here is I got my reflector wire centered up. Looking down here, I got it centered up. As long as it outreaches the whiskers, that's good enough. Alright, watch this. I'm gonna just put it in that corner. And see, when you buy this kit, you got the exact product that I got laying right here in front of me. And boy, these people around here that come get them, boy, they proud to get them now. Anyway, if you got anything needs to be done, go ahead and do it like while you got it on the ground. And don't forget to separate these. I don't never separate them until the last thing, because when you lay it back over, it go right back together. And see, right here is where my pole will be, just like this. And my booster will be, I usually put them right here, right up next to this. And then there's your booster coax. Your booster coax. And I was going to show y'all something else, but I'll show that to you next time. But I do want to say this right here, that VHF bar that I got, man, it worrying some people. Y'all, you don't need it. You don't need that to pick up VHF. This antenna right here picks up VHF just as good, just like this, as it does with that VHF bar. But the VHF bar, it picks up better. If you take both antennas and turn it backwards, it'll beat this one right here. So, see, Y'all understand what I'm saying? I mean, man, I get 1,000 questions. Like people just misunderstanding what I'm saying all the time. This right here picks up just as good as that VHF bar. It just a VHF bar will do better if you ain't pointed right at the station. Alright, y'all. We'll see y'all next time.